Hey, what's up? This is Aerodozz. This is a deck that I've had for a while, Marchesa the Black Rose, so I'm pretty decently experienced with her, and I'm playing against Nin the Pain Artist, who's a pretty aggressively costed Izzet commander who can draw cards, and probably is one of the best Izzet commanders out there. Now in our hand we see Chittering Rats, which is basically discard, but instead of an opponent discarding a card, he or she he puts a card from his hand on top of his library. So essentially, they're drawing the same card, um, on their next turn, unless they have some shuffle ability or something like that. And I have Phyrexian Metamorph, which can copy Chittering Rats or some other creature if I wanted to. Mind Twist, which is probably the ultimate discard spell, and basically discards the entire hand if we have enough mana. And Plunge into Darkness is a good sort of draw spell. So, pretty keepable hand. Now at this point I can't really cast anything, so I just wait for his end step to cast Plunge into Darkness. And I want to pay a bunch of life because I don't want Marchesa's life total to be greater than his life total. Here we top deck a Spiketail Hatchling, so I'm hoping to bait out a counterspell, which he doesn't cast one, so I'm guessing he probably has a higher mana cost counterspell, or he does not want to cast the counterspell on Spiketail Hatchling. Here I cast Chittering Rats to sort of negate any card advantage that he might get. And he does try to counter this. And luckily we have Spiketail Hatchling, so we sort of force him to draw a card again. And we see that he missed a land drop this turn, so that's good for us. I him to Torok him here, hitting Rolling Earthquake as well as Miscalculation, which is pretty good for us. And using Phyrexian Metamorph, I just go ahead and copy Chittering Rats, putting a card on top of his library. So once again, he's forced to draw the same card, meaning that, again, he did not hit his land drop. And here I'm considering casting our general, but he likely has a counterspell, so I just go ahead and attack, trying to bait any sort of removal, which he doesn't have, so I just cast Ashnod's Altar and Dark Confidant. And here, he does cast Venser, and I thought he would just return Dark Confidant to hand, but he returns Ashnod's Altar back, which is surprising, until his next turn, which he casts Control Magic. Now at this point he's tapped out, so I feel reasonably safe enough to cast Marchesa, and then since we're at a lower life total we can go ahead and attack him, triggering Dethrone. And now, because we have a +1/+1 counter on these two guys, we can sacrifice them and basically use their enter the battlefield triggers again. And I don't want him, retaining control of Dark Confidant, so I just bring Phyrexian Metamorph back and copy Venser and return Dark Confidant back to my hand. At this point he casts Brainstorm, and I'm guessing because he's out of options he casts Nin the Pain Artist. And here we top deck Goblin Bombardment, and using that we can essentially ping Nin with Chittering Rats and also recur him and deny him card advantage again, so at this point it's pretty much game over. That was a pretty good game.